So I don't understand, Mike, when people are saying if it doesn't work out with Jimmy G, one of the owners will come out and play, because I don't think Mark Davis is. Well, hold on a minute. I'm being told Tom Brady was a Tommy you referred to earlier. What's the deal? Has he become a minority owner of the Raiders? Paperwork in, owners have to approve. Like, where does that actually currently stand?
Deal is struck. Now at least 24 of the owners have to approve.
Right.
And the wrinkle that I've seen in multiple reports, which I wasn't aware of, this idea that if he's an owner and he wants to play, there must be a unanimous approval by all teams, 32-0. And I thought it was kind of stupid and short-sighted, because it's good for business to have Tom Brady on the field. Let's look the other way on any concerns we'd have. But over the weekend.
Let me just jump in, though.
Like having an extra guy on the roster.
If I'm an AFC West owner, I'm like, no, I don't think that's good for business at all.
Right.
Like, at all.
Well, and think of it this way: we've had teams. Look at the Broncos. The Broncos, when they had that COVID situation where they had to go with Kendall Hinton, the receiver and quarterback, because everybody got knocked out, everybody was a close contact or whatever it was, they broke the rules, whatever it was, they didn't have a quarterback. They wanted to make one or two of their assistant coaches quarterbacks. And the rule is you can't do it. You just can't do it, because these are people who have access to practice. They have access to meetings. They have access to playbooks. They have access to everything. It's unfair to take somebody who is in this bubble of being around the team but not really on the team and putting them on the 53-man roster. It's like having a 54th guy on your roster. That's why teams would oppose it. So once this goes through, he's done. I would be stunned. Unless he sells his interest so he can come back and play, he's done. And I think he knows enough now, Rich, that if he has any interest in playing, you just press pause on finalizing the acquisition of whatever piece of the Raiders he's going to buy, and you do it next year or whenever you know you're never going to play again. I think that he's done.
Yeah, he is.
I've had somebody who is in a pretty good position to know his overall mindset tell me a few weeks back, he's done, but he likes it when this stuff comes out. He likes the discussion. He likes the intrigue. He likes the conversation. He likes being the center of attention, which I guess is somewhat refreshing to know that underneath all that robotic, manicured stuff, there's a real boy. He's just petty as the rest of us.
Like he's Pinocchio? No, I mean, literally, seriously, though, I think he's done, and I think he just wants to keep options open, but this is not an option. I don't think quarterbacking the Raiders, in his mind, is an option. And the only spot where he might even think for 2 seconds about it, the way it's been explained to me as well, from probably the same people you're talking to, although I wouldn't know, is Miami. But that's just all, conjecture and speculation. I just can't believe the Raiders, knowing all of this, went into the draft and Aiden O'Connell, they chose him out of Purdue. I mean, they didn't address it. I mean, Tyree Wilson is a terrific player. I guess this shows you what they thought of Will Levis too. I don't understand any of this. I just don't, and it's just really, really risky, incredibly risky. And there's Brian Hoyer as your safety net, who clearly anybody associated with the Patriots or their organization can't quit. It's nuts to me. This whole thing, my jaw was on the floor when I read your report, Mike. Honestly.
I mean, the only good news for the Raiders, Rich, is they potentially avoid ever paying Garoppolo anything.
Maybe.
If it doesn't work out, okay, great. You didn't pay him the money. Who's your quarterback? That's the bigger issue. And I think that's why it stayed secret for more than 2 months. Usually when something gets leaked, a party to the transaction wants it to be out there because they're proud of what happened. In this case, there's no one proud of what happened. Garoppolo had to give up his signing bonus. The Raiders are in a spot where they may never have Garoppolo, and their plan B is Brian Hoyer and Aiden O'Connell. That's why it didn't come to light, because there was no motivation for anyone involved in this to say to the world, hey, look at what we did.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.